talk some chess. This game was played in 1933. Not much is known about it. We don't know where it was played or what event it was. The player with the white pieces is named Korody, and the player with the black pieces is named Bologh. But this is a really awesome game to study, despite us not knowing too much about the context around it. So white here plays d4, black responds with d5, and white goes for the queen's gambit, pushes c4. Black ignores it for the moment, just plays back in the center with e5. So we have these nice kind of two pawns facing off in the center of the board. White takes on e5, and black continues to push with d4, getting his pawn deeper into the position. So white kind of set out to gambit a pawn away, and now black has actually done exactly that. Here, white tries to head off the advance of the black pawn. This is a fine move, playing e3, and black responds by jumping into the attack with bishop to b4, obviously checking the king. There's a couple of pieces that can block here, but the one that makes the most sense is just the other dark square bishop. So white brings his bishop to d4, obviously now blocking the path of this black bishop. And here, black plays the move e2. And this is, d takes on e2. And this is a really nice move because it opens up this d file for the queen. So now you have the bishop, the black bishop attacking this white bishop, and you have the black queen kind of eyeing it as well. And things here can get really dicey if you're not careful as white. The correct move is just to take back, f takes on e3. Although your pawn structure looks weird, you're up a pawn, you're totally fine in this position, you can play onwards, not a big deal. White here actually made the losing move, which is bishop takes bishop on b4. This seems like a free bishop because now you've just picked up a bishop. Your own bishop is slicing nicely this way. This looks fine. The problem is that you just opened up a discovered attack of the bishop was previously blocking the black queen. You just opened up a discovered attack of the black queen to the white queen. One could argue that it's a discovered attack from the white queen to the black queen, but white is not going to have time to actually take advantage of that attack because immediately black here plays pawn takes on f2 with check. And now you're in trouble if you're playing with the white pieces. You only have two options. If you take the pawn on f2, black just takes the queen, and now white is down a queen, and game is completely over. You can resign because you're down a queen, and not only that, but the opponent's queen is really close and threatening your king. So you can resign if you take the pawn. Instead, white keeps the king in the vicinity of the queen, keeps defending it, and plays king to e2. And now, this is probably what white saw, and white said, this is totally fine. I'm in control. I'm up a bishop. I can handle this. I'm not really worried because if, there's a couple of moves here for black that seem good but are really not. If you just kind of try to promote to a queen here, then my rook will just take the queen and no one's the wiser. If you maybe try to bring your bishop into the game with check on g4, I'm just going to block with my knight on f3. So everything is totally fine. But now see if you can thwart those reasons and take a couple of seconds and find the winning move for black that just cuts through the heart of white's defense. Okay, so hopefully you spotted the under promotion. So you are going to play pawn takes on g1, but instead of promoting to a queen, you're going to promote to a knight with check. And this is a really, really saucy, awesome move. It does two things at once. It puts the king in check, so it doesn't give white time to actually deal with anything, and it removes the white knight on g1 from coming to block on this f3 square. And it's funny, if you look at just these two moves back to back, we're literally just replacing the white knight on g1 with a black knight on g1. And now white is in big trouble. If you move the king anywhere, so let's say you try to move, maybe the move that makes the most sense, first of all, if you move the king away from the defense of the queen, then you just lose the queen, and that's game over. Maybe the move that makes the most sense, or at least seems to, is king to e1. You're still kind of defending your queen, but now you're just going to get queen to h4 with check. If you block with the pawn on g3, then the queen comes to e4, checks the king, and you'll pick up the rook and have future problems dealing with this knight and queen very deep into your headquarters. So that doesn't work to move the king back to e1. So the only real other option is to take the knight. You're in check. You might as well get rid of the knight. And now you've at least gotten rid of the passed pawn, and the knight is gone, and you've taken the knight with the rook on g1. The problem here is that now black's plan of playing bishop to g4 works perfectly. There's no knight on g1 to come and block this check. There's no way to block this check. There's no pawns. There's no bishop. and the bishop is skewering the king to the queen. So as soon as the king moves to kind of any square, it's going to want to move away from the e1 square. You can either take back with the queen or the bishop. Black will be up a queen, black will have an attack, and the game will be completely over. So here, I think white played king to f2 and then resigned the game because you are just in a world of trouble. Of course, if you play king to e1, then this is just checkmate. Looks like it's going to follow almost immediately. So a really awesome game. Always really fun when you get an under promotion, because I think we're all so automatic in many of our chess apps. Maybe we have like auto queen set, so we automatically promote to a queen, but sometimes in really special scenarios it is better to promote to another piece, and in this case the knight did the job perfectly. So thanks for watching. Drop a like and a subscribe, and we will see you next time.